Okay, hi there. I did my presentation on Bosnia history. Um, and in the start, the South Slavs, which is all three of them combined, so it's this whole continent thing, I guess you could say. Um, they were actually split into the three groups: the Croats, Bosnians, and Serbians around CE 6. And then the Hungarian Empire ruled from 1180 to 1463, but in that time around, while they were still ruling, I guess you could say, King Trevog around 1353 and 1391 ruled Bosnia and proclaimed independence from Hungary and expanded Bosnia's border. That's why, if you look, Bosnia is bigger and takes up more of Croat space. But yeah, but this is King Trevog. It's a statue that they have of him. And then in 1463 and to 1875, the Turkish Empire, the Ottoman Empire, which is the Turkish Empire pretty much, actually invades and finally takes over Bosnia. And this actually was a big win for the Ottoman Empire, because it actually, they've been trying to invade and take over Bosnia for over decades and decades, so they finally got it. And then in 1877 through 1878, there was a conflict actually between the Russians and then the people of the Ottoman Empire, and they were actually, it was like the whole empire against Russia pretty much, and they actually fought, and Bosnia was literally in between from where the empires were actually. So it actually it interfered with Bosnia's just all in all society. So it started a big conflict with Bosnia and the Ottoman Empire, which started with peasants actually rebelling. And then in 1914, Archduke Francis Ferdinand was actually assassinated in the capital of Bosnia, Sarajevo, which was one of the leading causes of World War I, because they were going for, I think, if I remember correctly, a treaty signing or something, or something like that. I don't quite remember, but it was one of the leading causes of the World War I. And then later on in 1918 was when World War I ended, and then someone from the royal bloodline in Bosnia, Prince Alexander, was crowned and later made all three nations, all South Slavs, the Croats, Bosnians, and Serbians, actually into one whole new nation named Kingdom of Yugoslavia. So in other words, this was all one nation again, so it's all South Slavs again, pretty much. But he just renamed it into a new empire, I guess. And then this is a picture of the man that was assassinated, actually. And then in Alexander names himself absolute ruler of the nation in 1929, but then in 1934 he was actually killed from an ultra-nationalist Croatian group. And then also in 1941, Germany actually attacks Yugoslavia 2 years into World War II, so it wasn't right away, but but they did attack it, and they fought a little, but knew they were overpowered, so they just kind of surrendered. Then in the Winter Olympics were held in Bosnia in 1987, and they made this fantastic building. It was beautiful. Everyone said everything that I read, and I tried looking for a before and after picture because it was actually completely destroyed, demolished when massacre and civil war actually happened. So they don't have it anymore. But I tried looking for before and after pictures, but I couldn't find any that were good quality and that you could tell on how like amazing everyone was talking about it. So that's that. But yeah, they held the Olympics in Bosnia, and then in 1991, the Croatians and Slavians declared an independence from the kingdom, which means like Bosnia was kind of like the capital of the kingdom. Like they were the most people that like they were the higher up class, I guess you could say. But the Croats and Slovenes wanted independence, which led to a big civil war with all of the kingdom, and then that happened in 1992, the Civil War actually, which also leads into the massacre, which occurs during in the Civil War.